So, um, last video, you'll get part two. Once you hear me talking shit in part two, you'll understand what's going on here. Because I'm just recording the first half. Basically, you know who it is. Boy, urban historian. Give you a little intro session. All right, that's enough. So we talking about some more history. Your story or mine? His story? Fuck his story. Let's look at your story. So the problem of the homeland of Afro-Asiatic origin. First video, he's taking you through some information and history regarding the origins of migrations of people, focusing on the African American today in America, and several videos because this is we trace back most history. You can learn all that in your schools. There's certainly stuff left out, but your history has pretty much been erased, and even I guess the history of every man on Earth is linked to Africa. But if you followed information and you're really thirsting for truth and knowledge, you discovered Lucy is a hoax, and out of Africa theory has been put aside by most modern scholars. As you'll see here, this discusses the problem of the Afro-Asiatic, the homeland, the origin, and agriculture. See these migrations. A lot of people are saying the Chad area or Nigeria is the cradle of civilization. And what you'll notice these arrows going in. Basically, it says agriculture was born approximately 12,000 years ago in southeast Anatolia and northeast of Syria and Iraq. Europe was one of those directions. Route that followed, yada, yada, yada. So the second major direction was into Central Asia, a third into Iran, further into India. Fourth trek went to Arabia. Fifth was the expansion from Southwest Asia to Egypt into Africa. Let's see. Language, Afro-Asiatic, Coptic, Hebrew, Semitic. The Afro-Asiatic. Which you'll find there's a problem with because there are similar Afro-Asiatic languages in these colored areas, or those that essentially stem from those. Somalis, Ethiopia is in there. Semitic, Berber, Cushitic, Omotic, Chadic. So where are these Semites at? Right here, kind of right there. Uganda, where's the slave coast, is right around here or there, right up under here or something. These Semitic languages that they probably knew you could speak when you got hijacked, and that's why, of course, they said, don't be speaking that stuff around here. You speak English. So it talks about the Afro-Asiatic languages classified as Semitic, Afro. So this is basically discussing migrations from Asia into Africa. I can't find it, but you're more than welcome to look for it yourself. by hitting me up if you need the link. But the hypothesis that the East Asiatic was born in East Africa is mainly based on observation spoken. So it's saying there is a separate black people here. I think somewhere in there I was trying to find where it distinguished black and African, or at least Afro-Asian and African. The Zuba, first American inhabitants were black. Softpedia article. So it was long believed for a long time the Amerindians met by Europeans were the inhabitants of the first world, but new discovery, not new, just omitted, belong to Negroid type and blacks. Always, making you just one people. Maybe they're distinguishing for people that know here and Americans here. Because all you know is the color black or African American. You don't know what your nation is. So now when you think, you don't have to think they were of the African. Now, you don't have to think they're the African type is what it's saying, okay? So they belong to a group called Black Asians, Afro-Asiatic. So it's talking about, Black Asians in the Indochina, Indonesia, New Guinea, Melanesia, Afros. Most of y'all got Afros. Unlike African blacks, these people have abundant beards. You feel me? Mine's getting a little itchy. A lot of long hair on their body, and there are a lot of shorter. They have slimmer lips and tilted front. Now me, I'm a little bit taller than my father, probably maybe 6'8". Maybe not 6 inches, maybe 6 inches taller. Because on my mother's side, there is Irish in me, Irish Iberian in me. So that side of the family probably is a little bit taller. But it's talking about Black Asians, of course. I think I even mentioned this in the previous video. The region of Lagoa Santa. So it's talking about Lucy here. I mean, if you don't believe me, it was, from what I know, a straight up hoax. But it's talking about Lucy here and trying to distinguish Negroid origin versus African origins. It's talking about Greek or maybe I missed the link, but I just pulled this up for St. Maurice, which has been appropriated in this painting, and obviously he was from the nation of, or the Greek nation, as it's been decreed in modern times. But this Greek painter repainted him. Go ahead and Google St. Maurice and see what he looks like. Here, talks about natives of Tonga Islands and in South America. So in this passage, page 161 of this book, it discusses Mr. Mariner and a black native of South America. So I think I'm going to cut it off there and we'll get the rest from the next video. Peace.